Queen Amaya is such an interesting character since obviously, she loves and believes in Magnifico and his vision for the kingdom, but once he starts going down that darker path, she, is left to a choice. She has to, either go for the city of Rosas or, stick by her husband. What did you like most about that complicated situation that she finds herself in, where the conflict is for her?
I loved it so much because I think it's a very real dilemma that a lot of, I would say, married people come to at some point in their life, maybe like that you're dealing with the man you love or the person that you love, your partner, and right versus wrong. So I think that a lot of people can maybe relate to Queen Amaya's struggle, and I think it's also just such a moment of clarity for her that she chooses her kingdom over her husband and her man. But knowing, I also think there's a part of Amaya that knows that it's not really him. Like, to me, it's very clear to her that he's under this spell of evil, the evil magic, the green magic that, like, from that book, right? The evil spell book. So to me, it's also like her saying, right now, I'm choosing to save the kingdom, and I'm choosing to be the better ruler, essentially. And she really steps forward, and I think it's difficult for her, but I think she loves him obviously very much, but I think she loves her kingdom more ultimately. And I think that that's a really beautiful struggle that a lot of people, I think, were surprised by, to be honest, because she's kind of placated throughout the beginning of the movie, and she seems kind of like a docile partner in a lot of ways. But then she talks him down that first time when he starts to like lean towards the evil magic, and she has a way of kind of calming him that I think is really beautiful. But then she sees that that's not going to work, and I think that's when she makes her decision that it's him or the kingdom.
Yeah, I think one of the most exciting moments of the film is just seeing that switch where, she decides she is going to take action and isn't just going to sit on by. And I know as an audience member, that's like, yeah, you start cheering
Yeah,
her
you're
on that
kind of
moment.
surprised by it, aren't you? Because you don't see it. I actually didn't see it coming for sure, even though I know the story, and I was like, wow, this was really well done, because it kind of surprises you when she barges in during the song, during no one knowing what I know now. Yeah.
Yeah, and people really love your part in that song, and it ties into the conflict we were talking about. And you sing this line, "The good in him, I watched it melt," and that has really resonated with people. What do you like most about that song? Because it's such a fun group number that involves so many people.
Oh my gosh, the song is my favorite. I cry every time I hear it. We listen to it on repeat in my house. My kids are obsessed with it. And everyone I know, even people I don't know, are like, "Oh my gosh, that's the best song." It's like catchy, it's like this anthem. It's very much this feeling of um like a battle cry, really. And I just think it's so surprising that Queen Amaya comes in to join the teens and Asha in that moment, and I'm so proud of it. And when I was recording it, I knew it sounded cool. Like, I knew that it was going to be cool, and they showed me like a little version of like a rendering of what the full production would potentially look like, but it's nothing like it looks like in the actual movie. So I was blown away. It's so awesome. It's so rad to see her with the shadow walk in. And when I was recording it, I thought, this sounds so cool, and I can't believe I'm going to be seeing this big group number, and it's so empowering. But it's really, that moment is really a Maya's moment, and I love how they drew it and expressed it. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's really lovely, and I saw that you were a musical theater major.
I was.
So I assume it wasn't very much nerves going into this. It was more excitement, or how did you feel knowing you were going to be a part of a big Disney musical?
Well, I'll be honest, I was a musical theater major in college, and I sang in my early 20s in New York, but I haven't sung in years. I've been on TV doing comedies. So I wasn't nervous. I definitely excited, but it's been years. So I also was like, can I do this? And I knew I could do it because I had auditioned and I had to sing a cappella. So I knew and I had, I sing every now and then with my kids. So I know I still got my pipes, like I got it, but this was very different. I'd never recorded anything in a recording studio. So I got the music. I had to learn it. I had to rehearse it. And like, I am not a pop singer. So I was listening to Julia Michaels' beautiful voice. And I was like, this is incredible. Am I ever going to be able to do this? And that's actually when I got her voice and I was learning it with her, listening to it. I was like, then I kind of got nervous. I was like, oh, can I do this? Like, she sounds so good. I'll never be able to sound that good. And then I had incredible rehearsals and I had a coach and I worked really hard. And then it was a dream come true. I felt so prepared. I worked really hard to make sure I sounded the way they wanted and I was ready and prepared. And I kind of hit the ground running that day in the recording studio. And I love to take notes. I love to take direction. And that's all it is Benjamin and Julia giving me notes on both sides about the emotion of it and the pace or the little tweaks here and there. And I loved that. So they immediately put me at ease. But overall, I'd say I was excited and thrilled that I got to sing. But there was moments of nerves in there too, just because I haven't done it in so long. But I
Well,
loved it. It was so fun.
you sounded great in the movie, so obviously you've still got it. And I saw you all recorded separately. So how describe how it was when you finally got to like go to the premiere and screenings and actually got to meet the cast for the first time, because that had to be pretty strange.
Yeah. Well, actually, the saddest part of this whole thing is that we were not able to attend the LA premiere. And we missed as a cast the LA premiere because we were still on strike. So we didn't, I have yet to meet the whole cast. Like, we did not come together in that way. Very shortly after the strike ended, we got to attend some press and I got to meet Ariana and Alan and Julia and Ben. Obviously, like, we were all together for a lot of the press, but I have yet to meet Chris Pine. Isn't that so
You haven't
funny?
you haven't met
I
your
know.
on-screen husband.
I know. And we haven't really had an opportunity to come together as a cast, for everyone's kind of off doing their own thing and doing different projects. It happens, you record a movie like this over a span of almost, for my first audition, it was almost a year and like 9 months in total. So it takes a while. So by the time it comes out, everyone's kind of doing different things and we've all been working on other projects. So I'm sure eventually we'll all get to meet, and I can't wait to meet Natasha. I love her work and so many of the other cast members. But Ariana's amazing. She's been incredibly lovely, and we text now. And Alan was really fun. So I'm a big fan of his for years. He's got the dream life. He's in like every Disney hit. So yeah, but it was great. I mean, the people I have met have been lovely. It's been really fun to be able to celebrate the movie and to be able to talk about it now and to be able to post about it and our experiences. So, but we never met
That's
during
great.
during any of the music, we never met for sure.
And you have two kids, and how special has it been that you get to show them a Disney movie that you're one of the stars in it?
I think it's the highlight of my life so far, the highlight of my career. My kids love it so much. They have sat with me in the theater probably 15 times. They can't get over it. And every time I come on, my little 4-year-old says, "That's mama, 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 that's you. It's you." So it's a really special time in my life that they are this age and they think it's still so cool. And again, that she's a strong female character who leads with her own truth and doesn't give in to her evil husband. Like, that's a big deal. And I think that like I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud to be a role model for my kids. And the story is so beautiful. They love, my daughter's always wishing. We always make wishes at 11:11. We talk to the sky, we talk to the universe. So that's very much a part of my story and who I am already. So for them to see it reiterated on a scope like this is just very powerful, and I'm enjoying it so much. It's the best. It's the best.
That's so lovely. And you also sing on the reprise of This Wish, and that's
Yes.
really become one of the standout songs. So how great was it to also be a part of that? Because like that and the other song you're on, they're kind of like the two big songs from the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
I mean, I'll tell you that the reprise of This Wish, I couldn't get through it without weeping. I still can't. even listening to it, because it's just so powerful and the words are so true, and they touch me in very much. It reminds me of my childhood, and I loved learning that music. I loved it so much, and it was hard. It's a hard song to sing, but after doing that, I truly feel like I could sing anything. So, if anything, this experience has taught me that I can sing again.
That's wonderful. And one of the cool elements about Wish is that not only is it, this fun standalone movie, it's also celebrating 100 years of Disney's history, and there's a bunch of fun references to past work. So, how special was it to, not only be adding to that legacy, but to be a part of this film that is, kind of designed around celebrating what is so great and what moves people about Disney?
I mean, I think it's so special because I also think right now we need, in the current state of affairs right now, I think that we need hope and joy and something to believe in. And I think this movie is very timely. And for Disney fans and non-Disney fans alike, like, you just can't help but find joy in this movie. And with all the little nods to past movies and the little eggs that are hidden in there, I think that everyone just loves it so much. I think that that's so fun, and it's become like a competition to see, like, oh, did you see this? Did you see this? And I think that that's really been fun to see my friends and family like enjoying that. There's nothing bigger than 100 years of Disney. It's just the biggest honor ever, and I think this movie is perfect for what it's celebrating.
And I was just curious, since Disney is so iconic and there's such a history, were there any Disney films growing up that were your favorite or that you were obsessed with?
Every Disney movie. I watched them all. I was obsessed with Jungle Book. I was obsessed with um Cinderella, of course, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, all the old classics, Dumbo, Fantasia. I remember Fantasia very, very strongly. And then later in life, I was born in Hawaii, so I have a love for the islands. So Moana really is one of my favorites, and this reminds me of Moana in a lot of ways. The color, the beauty of Rosas, I think, is so special, and Asha reminds me very much of Moana. I love their fiery spirit. Yeah, I'm a big Disney fan. I always have been. My mom grew up taking me to Disneyland. She would save our money for a year and we would go like once a year, and it was like a really big deal. So it's full circle for me.